Hi there, folks. Sitting here taking a ride in RedByrd on a hot, sultry Monday night. So, still about 90 degrees outside, and it's almost 9 o'clock here in Columbus, Ohio. And took the bus out for a ride today. Went and helped reprogram somebody's computer on their DT466E so their speedometer would work right. So I'm contemplating what to do with the dev as far as fixing the transmission. I found some reman 643s at good price out in Missouri. They're 2600 RPM units. They're made just for DTs. But I'm having trouble trying to figure out exactly for the 643 which flex plate and adapters I need. I know I take off the SAE 3 to 2 to 3 adapters so that I can put my 643 in, but boy, there's still a lot of confusing information out there on the web on what exactly I need for the flex plate for the 643. I'm trying to figure that out. So if anybody in YouTube land knows, it's a DTA 360 1990, and I want to put an MT643 transmission on it. I know the cooler lines are a little different. I got to shorten the drive shaft. That's no big deal, and I got to get different bolts because the bolt lengths are wrong for the. I can't just take the bolts off the adapter and use them on the transmission. That's no big deal. Those things are easy. It's that flex plate piece. Even the Navistar dealer, it's kind of like they're not set up for custom work, so those guys were kind of like, hey, we don't really know what to use, so I'm looking for advice on that. So yeah, we're driving the RedByrd. It's hot. Got the air conditioner though. Thank God I got AC in this bus, because it was 97, 98 earlier today. The heat index was like 104 when I was out driving to meet those guys. Temperature's running cold. This bus is just nice. We'll run a bus with this Allison 2000 at 185. The fan's not even on. We're in town though, but still not bad. Hot day. The Allison, it hasn't really warmed up that much yet. It doesn't really warm up. The Allison stays cool too till I get it on the highway. But the engine will stay right around that. It'll go up to 205 or 202, 203, kick the fan on. But so anybody who knows, please help me out. Try and help me find the right bits for me to do that swap as far as what goes on the engine part, because the rest of it, like I said, that's easy. The drive shaft, get that shortened, no big deal. I measure it, shorten it, been there, done that. The pinion angle should be fine. If anything, I'll lower the carrier bearing spacer down a little bit if I have pinion angle issues because the new transmission sticks out too far. But I don't think I'm going to have too much of a problem there. We'll look at it, but I can always drop that down a little if the length of the new transmission hangs down a little bit lower, but I'm not really worried about that. This is air brake, so there's not even a parking brake on the back I have to worry about. So, or that bus is air brake anyway. This one's not. This is a little hydraulic brake bus here. So yeah, any help would be greatly appreciated. And so I know some of you guys have probably done that before. Swap the 545 out. I could just put another 545 in there and the thing would probably be fine. But man, when something breaks, I'm the type of guy who really thinks it's a good time to do an upgrade about that time. You know, it's one of those things, you bust something and then it's kind of like, well, it's not that much more expensive. It's only a couple $100 more to get a hold of a rebuilt MT643 off of like Vanderhags or Truck Parts Inventory. There's some OE stuff that some Navistar dealers were dumping. They went out of business and they had a bunch of stuff on the shelf that was remanned by Navistar. When I looked the part numbers up, the 2600 RPM MT643 builds, which is exactly perfect for a DT. My DT360 will rev up to like 2700 or whatever, but that's fine. By the time I need to rev it that high, I'm in 4th gear anyway, so I don't even really care by then. If it shifts at 2600, I'm happy. So one of those would work perfectly. It came off of a Navistar, so it probably came off of, or it didn't come off of that. It was designed to be used probably on a DT466. Those guys haven't responded to me about questions on what I need for the flywheel part. The Navistar dealer, like I said, those guys are, hey, what's the VIN? That's all I hear. What's the VIN? So, you know, unless I have a VIN of something else that's got a DT360 in it, a 643, which that stuff is rare, I'm never going to figure it out. And maybe the flex plate's the same for a 466. I don't know. I think that's a little bit different. So, any help would be greatly appreciated if anyone knows out there. Maybe I don't need anything. I'll pull the bottom of that cover off and I'll look and see what I have in there now. Maybe I'm lucky, but I thought that the offset was different. And I know Texas Street Man was indicating the offset was different when he changed his 545 out and put a stick in his DT, that the offset was different to put a standard in there for the clutch. So it sounds like that there's different pieces that I need, so I'm hoping to be able to find those. So anyway, otherwise we're just taking a ride, just cruising along. Nice evening ride. You see it's hot. It's nice and cool in here though. I cleaned the coils on the condenser the other day. I still got one blower on this that blows a lot harder than the other one. The Transair people gave me back a part number, and the amperage on the motor is only rated at like 9 amps, 8.5 amps, and the motor that's in there that blows really hard is 13. So I don't know, that one's not marked very well to figure out what it is, but I got to find another motor like that, because then I'd have two fan motors in the back on the air conditioner to help push the AC up toward the front a little better. It doesn't do bad, but the unit's all the way in the back of the bus. It seemed to be like a Texas thing. I noticed they put them always in the back. They don't care about the bus driver, they only care about the kids in the back. So otherwise this bus is just, it cruises right along. I'm getting ready to do injectors on this one, and I'm putting upgraded injectors in, replacing the flow plugs. Probably I gotta fix a very slight oil leak with the H-pop, those typical oil leaks on the T444Es. So we'll do that at the same time, since I'll be up in there. I get a little oil in my valley, so that's no big deal. It's an easy fix there too. So that'll be the next project. I don't know when I'll get to that one, but that's gonna happen probably before I get that 643 in that dev bus, because you know, this is my road trip cruiser in the summer, so I like to keep it tip top so I can run it out on the road for thousands of miles anytime I want. The dev bus is like more in town, although I'd probably drive it on the road more with a 643. But this guy, everything's pretty normal on him. Sitting there at idle. Engine parameters are pretty much normal. That's why I'm getting injectors on him. He's getting 9,200 hours. It's a lot of hours for the original set of injectors. From what I can tell, they've never been pulled. So I figured it's time. Well, I will jump off of here and say adios to all you YouTube folks. So anyway, anybody put in the comments if you got any help there on that flex plate and any hub adapters or anything I need on that front to change that 545 out to a 643. Thanks. Until next time.